this season, I believe my greatest lesson, I don't know if it's a general thing, but I believe that the lesson God is trying to teach me is that I know it's simple and it should be known, but sometimes it's the hard things that teaches us the simplest things. And God, God goes to whatever extreme it takes for us to get the lesson, because it's not his will that any should perish, and that includes me. And so the greatest lesson I think I'm learning is that God is my all in all. He is my everything. He is the reason I exist. And it's just so simple but so profound that I am now learning this. I thought I had this, like I thought this was my posture. I thought I had placed him at the forefront of my life and placed him, on the throne of my life. But as things that I unknowingly held as idols in my life, as they began to crumble, I then realized that, okay, this fell. And so then I started to put God in those places. And then is when I realized that I really put things in the place of God, like my relationships, especially my relationships. Like I had put so much stock in relationships, even the desire to have certain relationships, certain friendships, certain things, certain accomplishment. I have put so much stock that I did not realize that I had replaced even the desire of those things. I had replaced God with those things. And so as those things which are not on solid ground, as they started to fall, as my idols started to fall and crumble before my eyes, then is when I realized that, hey, my words really didn't match my actions. I said that God is my all in all, but my actions didn't show that, because I expected this thing to fulfill this thing this purpose in my life. I expected this thing to be my source of provision. As much as I say God is my provider, I said words with no weight. And so the crumbling in my life was very hard. Very hard. Like, hear me, so heart-wrenching. Some tough things to realize and to come to grips with. But I'm so glad that those things tumbled, because I saw that I was not a woman of my word. I said certain things, but I did not, back it up with my actions. I said I love God, but I didn't back it up with my actions. And so I'm glad that my idols, or those idols, started to tumble in my life, so that I could really put God in the place that he belongs. And that's a place of, he is my all in all. He is my source. He is my foundation. He is my everything. Like, he is my everything. There is nothing that I could reach to and say, well, this is like, I have something secure in this. Nothing is secure but God. And I'm glad that God has brought me to this place to realize, and I pray that he will always make me aware of when things are stepping into his zone. Like, no, that that I should be able to put things in their rightful position, and just let God just consume my everything, my everyday, my being, my future, everything. He is my all in all. And I pray that each and every one of you will come to the realization. And of course, when God starts to teach us things, it's not always the easiest lessons that we have to go through, but to get God, to get eternal life, to have God on your side. Because when you start to realize that the people you put stock in and the jobs you put stock in, that they are like vapor, basically. Someone can change their mind about you in an instant. These things are not lasting. They're not strong. And so when God starts to teach you those lessons, please stay the fight, stay through, and hold on to God. And you will see what he's trying to teach you is that he is the only sure thing. He's the only sure thing. Like, I don't even know how else to say this, but he is just so great. And I'm glad that he's teaching me that he is my all in all, and I can lean on him, I can depend on him. And I pray that each and every one of you will come into that place where you drop all your idols, take all of those dead things, those worthless things, those things with no kind of power off of your throne, and put God where he belongs in your life, and you won't regret it.